What is up, everybody? This is the 2014 WWE Payback preview show. We're going to be going through all the matches, giving some analysis of it. And today, me, BigBernieCool, follow me on Twitter, that handle, and then friend me on Facebook at, well, not at, but I mean, my name on there is Bernie Roger. So go to that, and then subscribe to my YouTube page. And then I am joined by another YouTuber and avid wrestling fan. You should introduce yourself, sir.
Uh, I am Voice of the Voiceless. I've been on the past two of the People Power podcast, and if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Voice of the Voiceless, where I do a lot of DVDs things. I'm doing reviews now, and one away from 25 subscribers for the amount of videos I do. It's pretty good. So, and make sure to follow me on Twitter, as I like to interact with the wrestling community at Voice Ramon, which you can find on my YouTube channel. So check me out.
Yeah, check him out. Um, so Payback. It kind of looks like Extreme Rules Part Two. Got some rematches, like on the upper card, like Cena, Wyatt, even though it's a different stip. And then same with Shield and Evolution, different steps. The card's not looking good so far. The only two matches I'm really looking forward to are Sheamus and Cesaro and the Evolution match. How about you, Voice?
Uh, yeah, what I'm thinking about, it does seem like a very it doesn't have, if you look at the card itself, it doesn't have a lot of, as besides Evolution and the Shield, there's really nothing much behind it. There's not a lot of big feuds going into the pay-per-view, but I'm hoping to be surprised, as I hope it's better than what everyone's expecting. And I am mostly looking forward to, of course, the Shield versus Evolution. Uh, Cena and Bray might interest me a little bit, and Cesaro versus Sheamus for the United States title.
I don't know what was that. God damn it. Could you hear that?
No.
Stop it. Ah, this one ad keeps playing. It's weird.
Oh.
I don't know why. It's like some dog food ad. Okay, I think I stopped it. I don't know how that came up. But we had a little run in there, but let's get to the payback kickoff. We got Hornswoggle versus El Torito in another match. This time it is hair versus mask match. Last week on Raw, we saw El Torito's tail get ripped off, and that was really weird.
uh, do you just a little thing on that. Have you ever seen the scene with it was during the Attitude Era. It was with Kai and Tai and Val Venus.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah, 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 yeah.
I choppy your pee pee segment. You can find it on the internet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's what it reminded me of. It's like, oh my goodness, they're just pulling this out, except they're PG-ifying it, and
Yeah.
they're adding the tail of El Torito. It's just so messed up. But anyway, carry on.
I don't even know where I was going with that. How? Okay, at Extreme Rules, they had a solid midget match right there. I mean, tables and
Oh yeah,
everything. Oh, geez, that was great.
talk of the show. Talk of the show.
And then, oh, hair versus mask. Definitely not taking the mask off Torito. Hornswoggle's gonna lose. He's gonna have to get like a buzz cut or something.
Sadly, yes. I'm Team Hornswoggle, Team 3MB through and through till the day I die. But I cannot see them unmasking El Torito, sadly. So
Never.
in my heart, I'm going with Hornswoggle, but obviously
Definitely
I
Torito.
think El Torito is the obvious winner of this feud or match.
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna end this. It seems like they couldn't really do much after
Yeah,
last month.
I thought this was really going to propel 3MB, but it's making 3MB look like a bunch of idiots.
It buried Drew.
It's make him look even worse. Like I was on Twitter and I wasn't watching SmackDown, but it said on Twitter, SmackDown WWE the WWE Twitter page posted El Torito just beat 3MB. I'm like,
Huh?
so you mean to tell me it was a 3-on-1 handicap match with three members of 3MB, probably with Hornswoggle, versus El Torito by himself, and he beat all three members? Like I hope that's not the case, but I don't know. If somebody watched SmackDown, fill us in on that because I don't even know.
Wait, what are we talking about? I don't know. I just got carried away by this hockey match. Some guy just
Oh,
got laid out.
okay. On SmackDown, I wasn't watching at the time, but the Twitter WWE Twitter page just said El Torito defeated 3MB. Just straight up, El Torito defeated 3MB. So like, was it like I'm guessing like I didn't watch it, but they're pretty much saying like it was a 3-on-1 handicap match with 3MB in the El Torito, and El Torito beat all three of them, plus probably Hornswoggle, which that's pretty
Yeah,
much
I don't know. El Trito's cool and stuff.
destroying.
He does lots of flips. He's entertaining, but that's just unbelievable. So that's enough about that match.
Oh yeah,
Let's get on with the Divas match. This will not be a Charlotte and what's her face, Natty
Natalia.
kind of match. It will not be even close to how good that is. But we have the Divas Champion Paige versus Alicia Fox, the new and improved Alicia Fox, the Stone Cold Steve Austin like Alicia Fox.
Yes.
This is gonna be. I don't know what they're gonna do when Alicia loses, but I don't think she can top what she did on Raw.
Wedgie time.
Yeah, that and when she grabbed like all the sodas or whatever and everything, I don't know. It was too much.
That was just oh my. So who do you have winning this match between Paige and Alicia Fox?
Well, it's got to be Paige, because she can't. Fox can't have her meltdown if she wins,
Oh yeah.
can she? I don't think so.
It's for the prestigious Divas title. It's for the prestigious Divas title, and I'm loving Alicia Fox right now. I'm just loving the gimmick. I'm loving everything about her, and I'm gonna go. I'm saying it right here. I'm gonna go with Alicia Fox winning the Divas title at Payback.
Oh, bold decision right there.
I'm going with it. I'm confident that she can do it.
What do they call her fans? Are they like Foxonites or I don't know, or Foxies?
I think so. But I remember she beat Paige like a couple weeks ago on Raw in England, and then she freaked out after that. Like I think she stole like King's crown or something like that.
What?
She stole Jerry's crown.
I don't remember that at all, but I guess she can go crazy if she wins. But I mean, they still got to do Paige versus AJ, so it's not going to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like maybe I'm just guessing like maybe she'll win the title and then Paige will win it back the next month or something like that in the rematch.
Classic.
I know. I'm liking Alicia Fox right now. I'm liking what she's doing.
Yeah,
So
she's very entertaining.
I dig crazy chicks. So
That too. Okay, well, that's enough about Divas. That's going to be bathroom break time. Actually, that might actually be RVD. I don't know. But the next match, Sheamus versus Antonio Cesaro, probably going to be the second best match of the night.
yeah. They had I like the feud that's going on. I did watch their match on Main Event a couple weeks ago, which was a very good match. It ended in double countout, but they can really have a complete match at Payback. I'm hoping, and I think it will be the second or third best match of the night. Depends on how much time they give them. For sure, it'll be better than the Intercontinental title match that we'll talk about later. I
Yeah.
believe so.
I mean, like I haven't really watched much Raw over the past month. I've only seen like the last hours of stuff, so I don't really know what's happening here. But I
Yeah.
mean, Cesaro can work with pretty much anybody. And Sheamus, he isn't terrible. He's mediocre. But yeah. Is Cesaro still heel? Right?
Cesaro is still a heel, yes, with
Yeah.
Paul
I'm
Heyman.
waiting for them to turn Sheamus. They got to.
Heel. Eventually,
I don't know if it'll be with Evolution or anything, but they gotta.
I would like to see him in a mini feud with Daniel Bryan, just at like maybe like Night of Champions or something like that. Just like a one pay-per-view type
18 seconds.
match. No, no.
18 seconds.
But
That was bad.
what was I gonna say? Um, who do you believe is gonna win Cesaro versus Sheamus for the U.S. title?
Sheamus.
You have
Sadly.
Sheamus
Yeah.
keep. See, I don't know.
For the
Honestly, I
title.
don't really know. Like, it could go either way. Like, they could. I would love to see Cesaro win it, just so it for the title's sake. Just because I think Cesaro
Yeah, but
could do more with the championship with Paul Heyman. Like, Paul Heyman could now boast that he has the United States champion as his client, and he can use
yeah,
it
but
to.
I think they are gonna start pushing Cesaro as the number 3 babyface now, since he got obviously Cena and Bryan, and I think putting the U.S. title on him will not help him out.
That's true.
They get stuck in long feuds or no feud at all, like Ambrose. But uh, I just can't trust them putting a mid card title on anybody.
Those mid card titles has sort of been the kiss of death with those guys.
Yeah,
Like, look at Curtis Axel
and
and
he's
now
already
Biggie
been U.S.
Langston
champion.
and what?
Let's see, he beat Santino for it at like the SummerSlam opening at like SummerSlam
Oh,
20.
Cesaro, yes.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
dismal U.S. title reign.
yeah, it was a
Not a
long
good one at
time. I
all.
mean, it was not a
It was
good one.
really long. It was like 200 days, 200 plus days, but it was just not good at all. It wasn't. He would always lose on television and then win on pay-per-views.
Yeah, stuff like that.
But I think that was more of his gimmick than anything. It wasn't.
Yeah,
Had
that was when he
nothing to
was
do with.
anti-American.
That was. Yeah, he was anti-American. Yeah, yeah. He was
Yeah, that was before he joined Zeb.
the real Americans. Yeah, but just those. I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm just so like. I remember when those mid card titles, like the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title, were huge. Were like if a guy won one of those, then they would be propelled next to the World Championship, and it was just
I mean,
really
like,
those matches were always good. And
yeah, when I was originally watching WWE and stuff from like '05 to like '08, I remember the U.S. title as pretty much Chris Benoit's title from like
yeah,
SmackDown, like
exactly.
2005, 2006. Solid wrestler, good matches, and everything. I mean, it was fun to watch the
Exactly.
matches. They made you care about it, made it feel big.
Yes. I remember like the United States title always being Benoit's like they never wanted like to give him another world title run, so they always they always gave him the U.S. title, but they made sure to put him in really good feuds for the title, like if he was holding the world championship.
Yeah,
Like they were in the mid card, but still they made sure like he was in those huge mega feuds with guys like MVP, JBL, King Booker, or Booker T.
I mean, that
Like,
really elevated MVP in his
oh, for
first
sure,
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
He held the title for a year after he beat Benoit, and uh, I remember like Booker T and Benoit had that best of seven series for the championship, and that was huge.
yeah. That was over a few months, and then I think like
Yeah,
Booker got an injury or something and had like
Randy
someone
Orton
else
was the
step in.
replacement.
Yeah,
Yeah, I rem- that's one of my one things. That's probably one of the top things I remember on SmackDown because I when I was a kid first watching WWE, I was a SmackDown guy because
same.
that's when I could watch it the greatest because it was Friday night, no school the next day. I was at my dad's house, so my mom wasn't really too keen on me watching wrestling, and my dad really didn't care because he's a wrestling fan also. So I always watched SmackDown. It was Friday nights, and it was great. And I remember a lot of the United States title with Chris Benoit and those great feuds.
Yeah, I just love randomly just finding episodes from like '05 and '06. Those were the prime days of my
Yeah.
WWE watching career. Just fun.
So you have Sheamus winning?
Yes, we have to get back on track. Yeah, Sheamus win.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm it can go either way for me, but um for the sake of being different and it can make sense, I'll go with Cesaro. Why not?
All right.
I'll go with Cesaro.
Next match, it's most likely a squash match, but we'll still cover it. Rusev versus Big E. Uh, hopefully, maybe winner gets a full name.
That was good. Yeah. Uh, Sadly, this will be a squash, even though Big E will put up a fight. Hopefully, we will see some type of storytelling in this match, as Big E isn't a jobber yet.
Yet.
But
I'm gonna start calling him
I'm gonna
Big
go.
E.
I still call him Lanky.
He's got like this singlet that's like
Yeah,
Jamaican colored, and he's black, and he's big.
yeah, I know. I don't know. I have to. There's no way Rusev is gonna lose that match. They're still pushing him. Sadly, like the gimmick's gonna go somewhere, which it won't.
All right for Vladimir Putin.
Yeah,
And
it's just so like
then Rusev comes out, says like two words in Russian, kills a person, leaves.
me and my dad were just talking about Rusev on SmackDown. Actually, we were watching SmackDown, and we were just only talking about how bad that gimmick is going. It's bound to fail. It's a dead end for sure. Um, we're saying probably Lana's gonna probably come out as like the bigger person
Yeah,
than Rusev, just because everyone likes Lana, and Lana can do more besides being the Russian mouthpiece for Rusev, and just the whole evil Russian anti-American gimmick. It doesn't go anywhere. I'll say this every single time I talk about Rusev. You had guys like it worked in the '80s because it was the Cold War and people were
yeah,
very pro-American, anti-Russian, but not anymore. Like we see like Kozlov, for example. Like if it didn't work with Kozlov 5 years ago, it's not going to work with Rusev today. No matter
yeah.
like
I don't know.
no matter like what type of potential conflict the United States has with Russia right now, people don't people don't care about the whole Russian feud and like not like during the '80s, and it's done. Like they can't do it anymore.
They could repackage Yoshi Tatsu as a North Korean person.
They definitely they could, but could Yoshi play the heel?
Probably not.
Like every time you watch NXT, there's always a good Yoshitatsu chant. Huge Yoshitatsu fan club.
Okay, I only said Yoshitatsu because he's Asian. Maybe Sakamoto or whatever his name was, like uh, Jason Albert's guy. I
Tensai?
yeah, Tensai. Yeah, that was a good 1 month run.
Lord Tensai. Maybe repackage him into his like eighth gimmick in the WWE.
He was good in New Japan, just couldn't translate over because of that stupid gimmick.
A
But
Train.
yeah, A Train, and then came Giant Bernard.
Albert.
Wait, Bernard, Giant Bernie. Oh yes, I found my kayfabe name after him. I guess Bernard Bernie, kind of close. But yeah, and then
But you got
Tensai.
Rusev. You got
Oh
Rusev
yeah,
though.
yeah. Screw that. Yeah, we're going Rusev. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Intercontinental Championship match. Bad News Barrett versus Rob Van Dam. Who do you got?
Uh, this match could be good, but we've seen it on Raw a couple weeks ago, and RVD doesn't have that magic anymore
Yeah.
as he did in his first return. It's not as big anymore, and there's not that big of a feud. Barrett did jump him from behind in London and
Oh
said to
yeah.
the crowd, it said to the pro British crowd that I'm not going to lose to a Yank, which got the crowd really hot. But besides that, I haven't seen anything from these two guys, and it's just one of your recent Intercontinental Championship matches that the Intercontinental Champion tends to have, be it Big E Langston or Bad News. Not Bad News yet, but it looks like it's heading in that direction. Sadly, I love Bad News. I love Bad News Barrett. I hope everything. I hope he makes the Intercontinental Championship relevant. But this is not a good way to start his title run with a probably with a short match with RVD, where we all know RVD is not going to win, and which I had Barrett winning.
Yeah. I think last month's preview when we previewed Extreme Rules, we were both really excited for Barrett. We both picked him to win the title, and we were talking about how good of a champion he could be. But
Yeah.
yet again, they do the Intercontinental Championship, typical booking. So yeah,
And we
Barrett's
say
gonna
that
win this
about
one.
every champion. Like I remember Big E won it. Everyone was excited about Big E beating Axel because everyone hated
Yeah, new
Axel
talent.
because
He's
of the
gonna
stupid
get
booking,
personality. Not.
and they did nothing. Like they did a little bit with Big E in the first month, and then after they did absolutely nothing with him. It was just oh my, yeah, it was frustrating because that was a reign that had a lot of potential, face, good clean face to have as your champion, and they just didn't do anything with him. He lost. He would always be the guy who took the pins if he was like in a tag team match. He would always
Oh yeah, him
lose
and Ziggler
one-on-one
were
matches in a
together.
team. Yeah, I remember like him and Cena. Like him and Cena would always take like sometimes, and he
Oh
would
yeah,
always
that
take the
too.
pinfalls if he needed to be beat by the Wyatts or something like that. And just another. And he was never on television. Then he was on Superstars, and with the title, it's like you can't put your champion on Superstars and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, and obviously Curse Axel and even Barrett before that. Like I don't know who is the last good Intercontinental Champion that you remember or had a good
Rhodes.
reign.
Cody Rhodes.
I gotta go
The
with Rhodes. I gotta go with Rhodes also.
Yeah, since he beat like Ezekiel Jackson or whatever in like
Yeah,
2011, then he held it to like Mania or something like that. That was solid.
yeah. Cody and he just looks good as the champion too. Like
Because he's
he
dashing.
was that heel everyone booed, and he's the really great heel, dashing Cody Rhodes or whatever, and he looked like he could have held the World Heavyweight Championship and the Intercontinental Championship at the same time.
Yeah.
Either him or
Look where he is
Either him
now.
or
He's on
McIntyre.
the pay-per-view card.
Rhodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even get me started with Rhodes. We can have a whole podcast of guys they should be using, but they're not. Like
Yeah.
we can have that whole podcast, but that could be for another time because I can go on for hours.
Yeah, we'll have more of these. Um, let's see. I'm still waiting for them to do the Rhodes versus Goldust. I was expecting that at 30, but they never went with it.
Nope. And since they always lose and they don't look like they're gonna break up, and it's eventually gonna happen. They got to do it before Goldust retires. But no one's gonna care about it if they put it on a pay-per-view. Like they could just since it has nothing to it because they're always losing, and there's like
Yeah.
they either only show up they're only losing on television and show up on Superstars and maybe win or lose. So like no one's gonna care about it, even if it's on like a Monday Night Raw, which it shouldn't be on a Raw, it should be on a pay-per-view, and it should be a great match that people care about because it's these two brothers who they were tag team champions. They they fought against the Shield to get their jobs back, and yeah.
I don't know what to talk about next.
But
Pertaining to this match.
you have Barrett winning though.
Yeah, I'll have Barrett winning.
Okay, what were
Uh,
you gonna say then?
I don't know. I was thinking of anything else I need to say about this match. Do you have anything else to say at all, or?
No, just it'll be a decent match. It'll be a good showing, but Barrett's gonna win it for sure.
Yeah. Next match is a feud I have been not liking at all in the past month, ever since Extreme Rules. And I guess I'm supposed to be liking this feud. I don't know. I'm supposed to be, but I'm not at all. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt for the Last Man Standing match. I I've been so annoyed with this feud. It's crazy. I hate the singing that
Oh,
Wyatt does now. Like I don't think it's cool anymore.
is it
I
just the
thought it was
singing
cool
or
leading up to Extreme Rules. It's that, and like I don't think that they're going to even have a good match with the Last Man Standing stick, since Cena never loses those types of
no?
matches, or as long as I could remember.
Uh,
That stiff
actually,
usually like uh I can't see Cena losing cleanly with that stiff. That's what I'm just trying to say.
that's yeah. Um, this feud is not. It's not gonna end at Payback. If whether if sadly if you don't like if any of you guys don't like the feud, I'm not. It's not the greatest feud because it's getting a little old, but at the same time, I don't hate it. I like seeing Bray Wyatt. I feel like I like the feud only because it's gonna propel Bray to be that mega heel.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think I heard if it's not Lesnar versus Bryan at SummerSlam, it's going to be Bryan versus Wyatt again.
uh,
Which I'm not
see,
totally mad at it. They had a good match at the Rumble.
they did. I don't believe it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually, but it's not gonna happen at SummerSlam. I don't think so. But I again, I don't have issues with the feud. I don't think the last man standing stipulation is not the greatest idea, just because I don't see Cena losing cleanly in a last man standing match, and they could do other matches, but either what I see happening from this match uh, is Wyatt winning with the help of the Wyatt family, like
Again.
at Extreme Rules. I hope it's not as like flagrant and as extreme
Oh god, that was bad. I
as
was
extreme
expecting
guys like
someone
Cena
to
kicking all
like
three of their
debut.
asses inside of like they had Cena cornered in a cage and Cena was still kicking all three of their asses. It was made them look really weak. It was
Yeah, that was
good. It was a good showing. It was a
and then right
decent
at
match,
the
but it
end,
just made them look weak. But this one doesn't have as a
at the
better
end, like,
yeah.
alright, I'll go. At the end of the match, when like I think it was the lights that went out and then that voice played, I thought it was someone new joining the family, but I see a
Yeah.
little 8-year-old kid or whatever singing. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
They should have just had the little kid's voice. The deep voice was so dumb. It made it
Yeah.
it made it fake to
It's
me.
like they're
Like
trying to make it
it made
look
it really
serious, but it
cheesy.
just made it look
When
cheesy. Yeah.
yeah, it made it cheesy and fake. And if it was just the kid singing, maybe the kid couldn't sing or he didn't want to sing. But if it was just a little, then get another kid. Like if they should have just had a little kid's voice doing it, like the choir. Uh,
Should
that's
have
what I
been
loved.
Odell.
What I loved about the match leading up to Extreme Rules is it just had awesome promos and had an awesome build up.
Yeah.
The one for Payback, it doesn't. It really. You have a small thing with the Usos, which is new. Like Cena now has his backup, the Usos, which I don't know what's. For the Usos, I feel like they're probably going to end up losing the titles to Rowan and Harper
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that way
at the
also.
next pay-per-view or SummerSlam or something. But the match won't be bad. It might be better than Extreme Rules, but either Wyatt's gonna win not cleanly, like with the interference, or it's gonna be a double finish, like Cena had with Ryback last year. Like the two are gonna knock each other out, and there'll
Oh.
be a double. There'll be a double count out, and then they'll have one more match at Money in the Bank or whatever to end the feud.
Yeah, is Money in the Bank next or is it
Battleground.
Battleground? Yeah, they
I
moved
think
that.
it actually. I think Battleground is next, and then Money in the Bank is in July. Because I think
Yeah.
Battleground is the end of June,
Okay, yeah.
Like June 25th or June 29th or something like that. I think it might be the 29th,
Okay.
which is the last Sunday of June, and then Money in the Bank's in July.
Okay.
But that's Battleground will probably be the last between those two. Maybe it'll be a Hell in a Cell match. There's always
Okay.
that possibility.
Okay. I'll see how they could do that here.
What?
I was
War
just saying
games?
about
Oh.
war games.
You would need the two.
Every
You
time
would
they're
need the
gonna
two
have the
rings.
Battleground pay per view, there's always gonna be some war game speculation.
Like the only thing with war games is it's not war games unless you have the two rings.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not gonna take away
do you
the
ever?
few rows.
No, but do you know what cage heat is?
Uh, not from that definition or not from that context.
Uh, Cage Heat was is WCW during the Vince Russo era, and it was basically a cage with a roof on it. It was not a Hell in a Cell with the space on the outside. It was just a cage with the roof on it, sort of
Oh,
like
okay.
like a
Yeah.
lethal lockdown, and that was Vince Russo's alternative to the Hell in a Cell that WWE had in WCW. Like they would do that, but I don't think WWE wants to copy the lethal lockdown because that's
Yeah.
what lethal lockdown is that TNA does, and WWE doesn't want to be anything like TNA in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because they just wouldn't have they can't do just the cage with the roof on it. They got to do like the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. I don't know what stipulations they could do anymore to fix this
Yeah,
feud at all.
I hope it's not an I Quit match. For
Oh
God's,
God.
I hope it's not an I Quit match. Like if it is,
Oh,
then I will not. I will watch the pay-per-view Battleground, but I won't watch that match because obviously there's no way Cena will lose, and that's how the feud will end. Was with Bray Wyatt saying "I quit," which will just be dumb. I hope to God that's not what happens.
before Paul Heyman's client Brock Lesnar broke the streak, I was thinking, what if it was The Undertaker versus John Cena in an I Quit match? So it'll either have to be John Cena quits or Taker's streak will be broken.
That was my dream scenario,
Really?
actually. That was my dream WrestleMania. My number one dream WrestleMania match was which maybe I was hoping in a couple years when like Undertaker's retirement match, his last match. But that was my dream match was Undertaker versus John Cena at WrestleMania. I quit match because that's where you don't know who's gonna win. Like, is John
Yeah.
Cena gonna quit, or is Undertaker gonna lose at WrestleMania and quit in the process? Because Undertaker doesn't quit either. Uh, like I think he's only submitted once or twice in his career.
Yeah.
But Kurt Angle, by the way, if you guys didn't know, which
Was
is a
that
great match.
oh, six?
That was in 2002 on SmackDown. You
Oh,
can,
okay. Yeah,
it's on the
I
best of
don't remember
SmackDowns and
them feuding in 2006 at like No Way Out or whatever.
uh, he was pinned. I think. Yeah, he was pinned.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It was
I don't
it was
think
the
I've seen that
same
match in a
type
while.
of situation where it was like a triangle choke, but Kurt Angle actually flipped him and pinned him, and then
Oh, so he had his
Taker
shoulders
was
down, but he still had him.
yeah
Okay.
And then Taker was surprised like felt like he should not have been pinned,
And then
but that was a
eventually
pin
he has to
scenario.
face
But
Mark
back to
Henry, I
Cena.
think.
Yeah. Back to Cena Taker though, like I don't know, like maybe just they ran out of time with Taker being old and brittle and not being able to wrestle again, maybe, and so they just had to have Lesnar do it. But I don't get why McMahon did not capitalize on how big of a match that could have been.
Yeah.
Uh, like only could imagine that's probably the biggest match that has never that never happened. Like Taker and Cena faced each other on pay-per-view before, but obviously that was Cena's
Yeah.
rookie year, and um, it was nowhere near like what it could be right now. Just how big Cena is, how big Taker is. Uh, the two just is Cena gonna quit or is Taker gonna lose at WrestleMania? Just
Yeah.
like honestly, like I thought it was gonna be Cena's retirement match or not Taker's retirement match, and like if there was one guy that could break Taker's streak to me, it was John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena's the guy, you know. Like you love him or hate him, he's the guy that he was probably the only guy to me that made sense that could break the streak. And
Yeah.
they didn't capitalize on it, which sucks because I would have loved that match.
Yeah. I remember 2007. It was right after Taker won the Rumble, I believe, and he has to pick from like Lashley, Cena, and Batista. And I
Yeah.
really wanted him to go after Cena, but never happened.
We did get that. We did get the awesome Taker Batista match though, and we got the really great one of my favorite matches of all time, which everyone doesn't, which not a lot of people talk about, which is Cena versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, which it's still one of my favorite matches. I remember when I was 11 years old, or 10 years old, I think. I got WrestleMania on pay-per-view, and that closed the night, and it was I couldn't I couldn't believe what I was seeing, how amazing that match was. I don't know why, but I still love it to this day.
Yeah. Um,
I don't know if
WrestleMania
if
23 just
anybody wants to,
followed throughout.
yeah, if everyone thinks so too, if Shawn Michaels versus John Cena at WrestleMania was great, please say so because I think it was incredible. I thought it was incredible, but I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Maybe I have to rewatch 23. I can't remember much specifically. I just remember I didn't have any complaints at all.
I don't know. I just had a lot of people like I just know a lot of people they loved Batista versus Taker and how they said how great that match was, but no one talked about Cena versus Michaels. So, but anyway, what were we talking about before
The
Cena and
stipulations
Taker?
that would make Cena versus Wyatt work.
Oh, I think it's Hell in a Cell. I think
Hell in
that's
a
going to be
Cell?
the final. I think that's going to be the final match to make sure the Wyatt family can't interfere and
Or
whatnot.
what was that like? Wasn't Paul Bearer once put in like a birdcage or something like that? I know they did that with like Velvet Sky on Impact like last year. But
They did put Paul Bearer in a cage and they hung it
yeah,
above
like a cage.
the
They
ring.
should do that to the White family. That'd be so cool.
That would be cool. It just I don't know how you do it because
Be wacky.
they're two like 280 300 pound guys. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna win, Cena or Wyatt at Payback?
Oh man. Um. Hmm. This is a tough call. Yeah, I can't see it ending here, but I can't see Cena losing in a last man standing match. So I'll go
Yeah,
Cena.
you're going with Cena. I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the double count out.
Yeah. That's wise. Um. Yeah, I just can't see Cena losing. It's either going to be some sort of draw or Cena winning.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
and then we get to the match that everybody has been waiting for.
wait.
Shield.
Actually, what
Wait,
do
all
you?
right.
This is a segment. What do you think about what's gonna happen to Daniel Bryan?
Oh yeah, forgot about the chance.
The decision, the the decision part two. Daniel Bryan, not
Screw my
LeBron.
wife. I want my title.
Is he gonna keep it or is he gonna
I hope
is is
he'll
Bree
keep
gonna
it
get fired?
because I don't know if it's spoilers at all, but they're advertising. I believe it's for the biggest house show they have, and it's at Madison
Um,
Square Gardens, like in July or whatever, and they're advertising like Daniel Bryan versus Triple H for the heavyweight WWE World Heavyweight Championship or whatever it's called now.
yeah, I
So I
don't know
mean,
those.
they got to keep it then.
That's true. Sometimes those ads are the
Yeah, the card's
pre-advertisement
subject to
sort of things.
change, but
They get
it's
really
worth
off because
noting.
if you watch the ones where WWE comes to the Rush Center, you always get some weird match and they're like, oh, do I really want to see this match? It looks pretty bad, and then it doesn't happen. So, but that's for television. It's not for a house show at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
But so you think he's gonna keep it?
yeah.
See,
Or Vince
obviously it's
comes out or something.
ooh
Big
yeah.
man.
See, this is probably the most difficult thing on this whole show, the most unpredictable thing. Like no one can really because you can go either way. You can have Brian give up the title because he loves his wife and stuff, and they'll have a storyline where he tries to earn it back, which I don't think they should do. He should totally keep the championship, but at the same time, it's kayfabe. But at the same time, Brie can't get fired.
Yeah,
He can't have his beloved wife get fired because he's greedy and selfish and wants to keep the title for himself. So that's where it's really unpredictable. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like because they could somehow write something where Brian keeps the title and Brie keeps her job. Like someone will come down or there'll be some clause that no one's ever heard of or just something like they'll write something in because they could have done it on Raw, but they didn't know what to do because they needed the six extra days to write something, so they decided just to put it on the pay-per-view,
yeah.
which
How
I'm fine
about
with
Brie
that.
versus Stephanie?
Brie versus
Yeah,
Steph. See, that's the thing I was thinking of because they always show those segments where Brian was being rolled into the stretcher or like in the ambulance, and then Brie called Stephanie a bitch and
yeah,
then she pushed her. Like I see Brie and Stephanie, but I don't know if Stephanie could wrestle still. She was in a couple matches. She was actually the women's champion for I think a couple times. I think once or twice, but she never really wrestled. She always got help from someone else. Like Triple H always helped her, or someone always interfered in her matches to make sure she won, which made her look more like a heel, obviously. And the billionaire princess, I think that was her, the $1 billion
yeah,
princess or whatever, which is my favorite uh, Stephanie gimmick of all time. I liked it way more than the owner of ECW with the Alliance.
yeah. That was weird.
Stephanie, that's when she started getting annoying. The owner of ECW. It was just so pointless. Like they could have had Paul Heyman as the owner, but no, they made Stephanie McMahon, which McMahon EC. But they could have Brie Bella versus Stephanie. No, it's up there. So
Yeah,
You think Brian's gonna keep it though?
yeah, I think he's gonna keep it.
I think he's gonna keep it too. They're gonna find a way where he can win both ways.
Yeah, it's I don't know. They'll make up some.
So last but not least,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Last but not least, the Shield versus Evolution, no holds barred elimination match.
uh, let's go with your thoughts first.
Okay. Well, they had a phenomenal match at Extreme Rules that included a Seth Rollins flip from I don't know if it was really the balcony, but it was on top of like the gate or whatever. I don't know what they're called. But that
It
was
was,
awesome.
yeah.
This one's gonna be even better because it's elimination and it's no holds barred. It's gonna just get crazy. Uh, I don't know if they're gonna keep going with this. Maybe this is the point where we finally do see one of the Shield members join Evolution. What do you think about that possibility?
Um, I high like theory went Raw last week or last Raw on Memorial Day.
Hmm.
Bernie.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, did you hear that question?
No, not really. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you watch the contract signing between the Shield and Evolution on Raw?
Yeah.
See, I heard someone say, which I thought was really weird, but now that they said it, it's really creepy because it sort of makes sense. They were like the Shield was handing like the contract to each other, signing it, and when they handed it over to Dean Ambrose, he like fumbled
He
with the
dropped it or
pen.
whatever.
Like he dropped the pen,
Yeah.
and I thought it was really funny. I'm like typical Dean Ambrose, like doing something like that on
Something.
television. Like it was really funny, but they're saying like he did it on purpose because, or like he meant to do that wrestling wise because he was unsure if he wanted to sign the contract. Like if he was unsure if the Shield could beat Evolution, sort of thing.
Wow. Yeah.
Which
That.
I thought it was weird. I'm like, what the like? How did you pull that out? Like it's weird, but it could be like something that small could mean that. Like maybe Dean. Like I don't want Dean to join Evolution personally. Like I want him to
Who would
be a
you
heel
like
in a different.
if you
I,
had to?
I, Out of the three Shield members joining Evolution, I would probably go with Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns?
Just because he fits that mold of being an Evolution. He's
Yeah,
a
he could replace Batista also when he leaves
he's
to
he's
promote his movie.
he's a powerhouse. He's a young guy who has a bright future. Obviously, even though I personally think it's going to be Ambrose or Rollins, everyone's saying Reigns is going to be the most successful of the three. Uh, he's the hottest guy in there. But he's young, fresh face, powerhouse, and he's a second generation superstar,
Yeah. Um,
second or third, and like uh, like uh, like Orton or The Rock when The Rock was with the corporation.
oh, yeah.
And they're saying like I think they could do that with Reigns if they decide to make him join Evolution. Like a lot of people are saying Ambrose, but I can't see Ambrose doing that just because people are just saying that because Ambrose would make the best heel. Yes, Ambrose would make the best heel out of the three, just because that's his character. He's that psycho guy, but
Yeah.
not a member of Evolution. Just on his own, lone wolf psycho guy, psychopath, but not as a member of Evolution. So that's why I see Reigns. What do you out of the three? What do you see? Like if it were to happen?
Um, yeah, I would go with Dean Ambrose, he kind of talked me out of it right there, but that's what I was thinking before that. Um, I don't know. I can just see him just cutting really great promos with Evolution. Um, yeah, I mean, like I think they could see like Triple H as I saw him in developmental. Um, I really think he could be the best if he learns from me instead of I don't know
Yeah.
you guys or like I handpicked them. Um,
Yeah. I see. Okay. See, like people can come like people can have their arguments of who they think, and they're all pretty good. That's just my. I know a lot of people was like, oh, Reigns would be the perfect face. Like you got him. He's the fan favorite. Everyone. He's got to be the face. But they said that about The Rock when before he joined the corporation, he was the face, and he became the heel and became the member of the corporate champion, and it made him even bigger than the face he was before. So
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
it.
That's just what I see out of it.
What do you suspect about the match?
The
Who?
match itself,
Yeah, that.
it's it's gonna go. Oops, sorry. It's for me. It's two. It's gonna go two or three ways. They're either the Shield or Evolution is either gonna eliminate two members of the Shield, probably Ambrose and it could go three ways. The first, like the Evolution can eliminate two members of the Shield, and probably Ambrose and Rollins. So Reigns will be the only guy left, and then Reigns will pull a Survivor Series where he eliminates two guys from Evolution, and then him and the last guy, probably Triple H, I'm assuming, would they would have that one-on-one, and then either guy could get the win. Maybe Triple H will pull a veteran move and sneak the victory. And like another way, they could just switch back and forth this elimination. Like the Shield will eliminate a guy, Evolution will eliminate a guy, just for that classic match. Or like there's the whole like there's the squash thing where like they eliminate Orton and Batista, and then Triple H is the last guy with all three of them in the ring, and they just beat the crap out of Triple H. And then there's the turn
I
like
see
if
it.
Ambrose or Reigns will turn on the Shield and join Evolution, whatever it be.
Oh, quick prediction from the start of the show to this match on, or maybe to the end of the show. Does the Spanish announce table survive again?
Oh yeah, we forgot the Spanish table. It survived last pay-per-view. It survived Extreme Rules.
Surprisingly,
So
the one pay-per-view, you know what the
yeah,
guarantee is. It's gonna go
I
down.
know. I know. We're 0 for 1. We're 0 for 1 with the Spanish table survival. But I think I think it will I think it will cease to exist after the Shield and Evolution match. There'll probably be a triple power bomb or a
Yeah,
Batista
that's how it's guessing.
or a RKO that RKO bomb they did on Daniel Bryan at
Oh
WrestleMania.
God, where Orton landed on that like what is it like a monitor or
It
something
was a
like that? That
monitor,
was
yeah.
bad.
Batista was an idiot. He forgot to remove the monitor up from underneath the table. So when Orton jumped on the table to give Bryan the neck breaker, he landed the swell of his back on top of the monitor, which
Oh,
looked like the most painful. Like it was a cool move, but all I look when I see that move, all I see is Orton's back just totally getting shat on by that uh, monitor.
oh, yeah,
But
that was
I do not think the Spanish table will survive this pay-per-view.
the streak will be over of 1-0.
Did it get destroyed at WrestleMania though?
Probably.
Oh yeah, I think it was the
Was it that one?
Yeah, it was actually the neck breaker, I think, or the RKO bomb or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I think they had 3 tables at Mania.
Yeah,
They had a French one also this time.
yeah. So yeah, it was 1-0. The streak was 1-0.
It still is.
Is still 1-0. We gotta wait for payback though, but
We'll see.
I don't know. Do you think it will not survive?
It will not survive. Too bad. Sorry, Ricardo Rodriguez, but it will not survive.
But back to the Shield and Evolution. For winner, I don't know. There's rumors of Batista leaving, which
They'll probably
if
write him
that's
out
the
as an
case,
injury or something.
yeah, if that's the case, then Evolution can't win because they can't do it without Batista. But at the same time, if Evolution does win, then they gotta go to 3 matches because it just
Oh
can't be a
yeah.
2-match feud being tied 1-1. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go. I gotta go with the Shield,
Shield getting its revenge. Okay. Um.
which is not really revenge because they won the first match.
Wait, did I say revenge?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a long week.
They did get sledgehammered on Raw, but
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Um, I was too deep in thought. I didn't realize what I was saying. I'm just trying to make up some scenario in my head.
yeah,
I don't know. I'll just go with Evolution winning. I like them.
go with Evolution. Okay.
Uh, who do you think still gets the winning pin?
The winning pin, I gotta go with Reigns.
Reigns. In my case, probably Trips.
Reigns.
Yeah, Reigns for your case because you have the Shield winning. For me, because I have Evolution winning, I'll probably go
Oh
Trips
yeah, you got.
getting
Oh
the.
yeah, okay. Sorry, I forgot. You had Evolution winning. Yeah, sorry, I didn't.
Yeah,
I thought you said same. I thought you said same, but you said Trips. Okay.
yeah, for Trips.
Triple H.
I don't know if it's quite a berry, but it'll do.
Maybe instead of a sledgehammer, he'll pull out a shovel
Buried alive match.
and then hit Reigns with the
Mass,
shovel and bury him.
mass burial, buried alive match. You have to get all 3 of them in at the same time. That would be tough. The genocidal. Bring back Sabu. Genocidal, death-defying.
Sabu's still alive.
In recent news. Yeah. I think I saw an article on the dirt sheet. They're saying like they're finally advising him not to wrestle anymore.
Oh, they could have done that 10 years ago.
Yeah, could have done that right after he got that huge ass scar on his face. Scars, God, that's
Crazy,
so bad to look at.
crazy glue.
Uh, okay, I don't know what talk about Sabu. Genocidal. That just came to mind. Or they have a mass burial match. Triple H buries all 3 members of the Shield. That could probably be a good meme if I tried. So, any other thoughts on Shield vs. Evolution?
uh, it's gonna be the match of the night, main event, and it'll make the show worth it to watch.
Yeah, on
So
Extreme Rules, it was like after the first hour. I was expecting it to be right before the championship match.
yeah, on at Extreme Rules, yeah,
I guess they wanted a buffer in between them.
yeah. Maybe don't tire out the crowd before the title
Yeah,
match, probably. So they I think the women's match was even before that. Was before the title match after the Cena Wyatt match.
I can't
But
remember who Paige even faced.
she faced Tamina Snuka.
Oh, Tamina, yeah. Oh, what a terrible match that was.
Oh yeah, they need to get AJ back. But
Yeah, the NXT Women's title is more prestige than this one.
that was a great match. Probably one of the best. Probably one of the best women's matches I've seen in
Years,
probably 5 years.
yeah. And it's from the developmental area, not
Oh
the
yeah.
actual TV.
Oh yeah. Just I don't know. I like Charlotte. She reminds me of Michelle McCool.
The tall blonde. Yeah.
Yeah. Just even like her heel Michelle McCool's heel gimmick with Layla.
Oh, they cool. Yeah.
That's what Sasha Banks I think is the other.
Yeah, they're like the BFFs. It's their little
Yeah.
stable thing.
Yeah. That's what the BFFs remind me of like cool.
Yeah, it's Banks. Oh, Summer Rae and Charlotte. Yeah, those are the
No,
three.
it's Sasha Banks and Charlotte.
Yeah, and then they had Summer Rae. I
Oh,
think
they
when
did. Okay.
yeah, before they removed her from NXT TV. Like I don't know, it was a while ago.
So overall, so overall, are you gonna watch Payback
Yeah,
Sunday night?
I'll take some time to watch it. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it, but I'll watch it. I
Uh,
already have the network. I don't have to pay anything else. I'll watch it.
Definitely. It's practically a free show. It's you can't you can't argue with that. Like they're giving it to you, and you got the Shield and Evolution Part 2. You got the Championship Decision. You got all that stuff, which is excellent. Which I'm sold. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm not gonna like it probably as much as Extreme Rules or definitely not WrestleMania, but I'll enjoy it. It'll be a it'll be a good Sunday night for me. So.
Yeah. Um. I don't know. It just seems like right after Extreme Rules, and then until maybe Money in the Bank, WWE just kind of takes a little seat. They don't push things as well. That's why I kind of feel right here again. It's not as bad as like September through December type. They don't do much, but I'm not really feeling this much. I feel the main event match and the decision thing with Brian, but not really anything else.
Yeah, I'm hoping something will surprise me. Like a match will stand out. Like maybe Cesaro and Sheamus will be better than what everyone's expecting it, or even
Yeah.
Cena versus Wyatt. But
Oh dear God, I hope if they're going to continue this feud. So
but
I think we covered pretty much everything.
yeah. One last thing before we close out the video. What have you been since last time we had a preview? What have you been checking out on the network?
Oh, it's been same old, same old. I've just been going random. Whatever comes on my mind, I'll start watching.
What was the recent pay-per-view you watched
Uh,
or thing?
I think last night I watched like the first 45 minutes of Rumble from this year, and then I crashed. Like this is what
I've
I'll do. I'll watch something for a certain amount of time, and I'll just randomly fall asleep during like one of the boring lower card matches.
Yeah. I'll either like I won't sleep, but when I get tired, I'll just say, okay, I'm gonna finish up this match, and then I'll watch the rest of it in the morning. For me, the two pay-per-views I'm on, I got done with I just got done with ECW Barely Legal and WCW Spring Stampede, and WWE Cold Day in Hell in your house. So now I'm on WCW Slamboree, which I'm gonna watch next, and then I'm gonna watch WWF King of the Ring 1997. So that's where I'm at. But I've also been watching Ross from 1993. I just got done with the one with Lex Luger slamming Yokozuna on the ship, beginning Lex Luger's America gimmick, Lex Express, and I've been watching a lot of Legends House
Yeah,
besides
Legends House.
NXT.
I've been keeping up with that.
NXT and Legends House.
Yeah, network exclusives that like I don't know. They're just great. They're fun to watch. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, the episode that came out last night
The
after
Shawn Michaels.
yeah, the one with Shawn Michaels. That like with the game show, I literally laughed my ass off. It was so funny. It was very funny. Like I don't remember a show where like I laughed when they did something. Like I laughed without just automatic laughter. It was pretty funny.
Sometimes Mean Gene annoys me. He gets pissed off at anything so quickly. I mean, Jimmy Hart
Mitch.
wasn't even bothering him that much. And fuck off, Jimmy Hart. What?
I know.
Then who was that? Like Pat Patterson or whatever thought Jimmy Hart like pulled the or like pushed the button to spray water on him a few episodes ago.
I know.
Jimmy Hart's the scapegoat for everything.
The two biggest like almost heel guys on the show are Piper's obviously the biggest star, but the
Yeah.
two like biggest the two people they hate the most are Jimmy Hart and Tony Atlas.
So nobody likes Tony Atlas. Why is he on the show?
Yeah, like Tony Atlas seems like a really like he doesn't do it intentionally, but he seems like a very like he'll start talking. He seems like when he's on the show, he'll start talking to you and he won't stop and he won't talk about anything that's relevant or important.
Yeah,
Like and then
then
Jimmy
when
Hart
you
is just
want to create
too
a
full
or
of energy.
anything, he'll just tell you off or something, or he'll just get pissed.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know that's been my network watches. I really enjoyed Takeover last night.
Yeah, it was really good.
The Zayn
That was insane.
the Zayn Tyler of the year.
Oh, your mic's going crazy.
I think can you hear me? Or is it still
Yeah, I
crazy?
can hear you now.
Okay. Either top 3 or top
No, it's fine
5
right
for
now.
me for me.
This year so far, or
So far, yeah. The year so far,
yeah,
top 3 or top 5.
yeah.
But
We've had some solid matches so far this year. Like no 5 stars yet, but I mean, they we every show, every like special or whatever they call it now, for NXT and like WWE, they always have at least one good match that's 4 stars.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know Takeover is probably the second or third best event this year so far.
yeah, definitely behind Mania. Um, I don't, you can argue for the second.
Yeah. You can argue if it was better than Extreme Rules. Just match quality. You had obviously fantastic Zayn versus Breeze, but you had also the fantastic Natalia versus Charlotte match for the women's title, and then to close out the show, Neville versus Tyson Kidd, which was a great match too.
Yeah,
But I really enjoyed Takeover. I watched the show in full. I didn't watch it live because I was at my cousin's graduation, but I watched it when I got home. I watched it immediately, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. It was better than Arrival to me.
yeah. I actually haven't seen Arrival in full. I saw the Zayn match, and I saw the finishing match, when Neville won it. I still haven't watched it fully. I gotta do that.
Yeah, I actually watched the full show on Monday. It's really besides the Zayn and Cesaro match, there's really nothing to it. The ladder match was not as good as it could have been, but it was a decent ladder match. I was expecting more out of it, but there was only like probably there was only two spots with the ladders, and they weren't really as good as what maybe they could have done. But on Arrival was it was a decent show. Well, you had Zayn versus Cesaro, which is the an
Yeah,
argue match of the year. So, which I've watched that match like 3 times. It was really good.
yeah. I mean, if they keep doing these specials, I'll keep on watching. I think
Oh yeah,
that it's gonna be quarterly, so end of summer, early fall. So I'm really looking forward to that.
yeah. They're saying maybe before SummerSlam that they're gonna pull out another one.
Yeah. See, anything else? Things
I
like
think
that?
that's it for me.
All right. Final plugs here. Add me on Facebook, Bernie Roger. Follow me on Twitter at BigBernieCool, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I only have 40 right now. Well, I don't only.
Uh,
I don't really deserve much yet, but yeah, it's Big Bernie Cool. I'll have more videos coming out throughout the summer. I'll have more free time. So yeah, and then I'll leave it to Voice over there.
my plugs. Make sure to follow me up first on YouTube. Voice of the Voiceless. Uh, he'll probably put my link in the description or do something so you guys can just go right to my channel, find my channel easily. Uh, I got 24 subscribers, but that's good for the amount of videos because I haven't had much videos to put out. But I put two in. I came up with 2 videos in 1 week, which is huge, and I'm gonna probably put another one on tomorrow. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel because now I'm more active. And finally, follow me on Twitter at Voice Ramon. I have my Twitter link in my on my YouTube. I only have 8 followers right now, so I'm hoping for more so I can keep in touch with you guys and we can talk about wrestling and all that stuff. And yeah,
So, uh, got it from the crew ourselves. Only 2 crewmates so far. If you guys want to join the crew, start talking to us. We'll be cool to you. That's why they call me Big Bernie Cool. Um, I mean, hashtag Crew32, hashtag Crew World Order, hashtag Mania Money, hashtag I don't know what else.
for for life.
For life with a Y.
We got to come up with our own hand signal because we can't do the
Yeah,
click.
we
Can't do
can't
the
do the
click
too
one.
sweet or anything. I don't know. There's,
We'll
we'll
come up with one.
yeah, we have time.
Oh yeah.
So, I'd like to thank all of you that have actually watched this whole thing or fast forward to this part. So, until next time, we'll see you guys later.